Hi, welcome back to The Road Growing Up, a space where we talk about life, not as a straight line, but as a winding road that's messy, confusing, and sometimes painfully quiet. If you've ever found yourself trying so hard, waking up early, staying late, pushing through, and yet still feel stuck, this video is for you. Thank you for being here. If this kind of quiet reflection brings you peace or clarity, I'd love it if you subscribed, liked the video, or shared it with someone who might need it today. Some days, it hits me out of nowhere. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to, checking the boxes, staying consistent, showing up, and yet there's this dull ache in my chest, like I'm running on a treadmill, breathless, exhausted, and still in the same place. You ever feel that? Like you're moving, but not really going anywhere, like your best effort never seems to be enough to change the outcome. There's something incredibly lonely about trying your hardest and not seeing progress. People tell you to just keep going, trust the process, or you're closer than you think. But deep down, it feels like no one truly understands how exhausting it is to put your heart into something and still feel invisible. Maybe it's your job. Maybe it's a dream you've been chasing. Maybe it's your healing, your art, or your quiet hope for something to finally shift. Whatever it is, I just want to say this out loud. Trying and still feeling stuck doesn't make you a failure. It makes you human. Have you ever had this moment where you sit alone, maybe at the end of a long day, and you ask yourself, why am I still here in the same place? Despite everything I've done, all the effort I've poured in, it still feels like I haven't moved forward. That's what I want to talk about today, because I've been there, again and again. That feeling of trying so hard, showing up every day, doing what's expected and even going beyond, and yet still feeling stuck, still feeling like something is off, like I'm falling behind, or worse, like I'm not growing at all. And what makes it even harder is when no one around you seems to understand. On the outside, maybe it looks like you're doing okay. You show up for work, you're responsible, you're polite, you're functioning, but inside, you're carrying a weight that feels invisible to the world. And because no one sees it, no one checks in, no one says, hey, are you okay? Not just surviving, but really okay. So maybe this video is that question, not from someone who has all the answers, but from someone who understands what it's like to try really hard and still feel like you're not moving. Let me ask you this. When was the last time you felt proud of your own progress? When was the last time you looked at yourself and said, I may not be where I want to be, but I'm proud of how far I've come? If you can't remember, or if you've never felt that, that's okay. You're not broken, you're not behind, and you're definitely not alone. You see, we live in a world that praises fast progress, big wins, visible success. If you're not constantly improving, people assume you're lazy. If you're not posting about your achievements, they assume you haven't grown. But not all growth is loud. Sometimes, the most powerful growth is quiet, unseen, internal, and yet, it's still real. Still, I get it. You can remind yourself of that 100 times, and it still doesn't erase the ache. That strange pain of feeling like no matter how much you push, life just won't budge. You might ask yourself, what am I doing wrong? Why isn't my effort paying off? Why does everyone else seem to be moving while I'm still here? Sometimes the answer is external. Maybe you're in a system that's built to drain you, workplaces that expect everything and give nothing back. Maybe you're in an environment that doesn't support your growth, surrounded by people who doubt you, or simply don't see the fire in you. But sometimes the answer is internal. It's not that you're not trying hard enough. It's that you've been trying so hard, for so long, without rest, without joy, without meaning, and your soul is tired. I once read something that really hit me. You're not lazy. You're exhausted from carrying things that no one can see. And that exhaustion builds over time. You start to lose motivation. You stop dreaming. You forget why you started in the first place. But instead of compassion, we give ourselves criticism. We say, I need to be more disciplined. I'm just being weak. Other people have it worse. I shouldn't feel this way. But that's not fair. You can be grateful and tired. You can be responsible and stuck. You can be trying your absolute best and still not see results. And that's what makes this so painful, because effort doesn't always equal progress. At least not the kind of progress you can measure. But what if we've been measuring it wrong? Pause and reflect. Take a moment to think. What are you proud of lately? Not big things, not public wins, just the quiet acts of effort. Did you get out of bed even when you didn't want to? Did you keep going through uncertainty? Did you show kindness to someone else, even when you were hurting inside? That's progress, but we rarely celebrate that. Instead, we scroll through highlight reels of other people's lives, and slowly convince ourselves we're not enough. But here's the truth. You're not behind. You're on your own path. And sometimes, that path requires seasons of stillness. Not everything is meant to move fast. Have you ever felt this way too? If so, you're not the only one. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. In the next part, we'll talk about the hidden forms of progress, the mental traps that make us feel stuck, and how to gently shift the way we look at effort and time.